Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. This is the web development series. In today's video, we are going to learn something very important. We are going to learn how to fetch data in the React. Now, listen carefully. Until now, we are creating static data inside our app. But in real world project, data does not stay inside the front end. It comes from the server like user list, product list, blog post, weather data. Everything comes from an API. So today I will teach you what fetching data means, what is fetch API, how to use async and await, how to handle loading state, and how to handle error state. And trust me, after this video, you will clearly understand how real React apps get data. Also, PPT available in the video description. So let's start. In this video, we will learn what fetching data means, what is fetch API, async wait, loading state, error state, and best practices. So we are not just fetching the data, we are learning how to handle real world situation properly. Now, what is fetching data? Fetching data simply means that getting data from an external source. External source means backend server, database, public API. For example, getting user data from a server, getting products from the database. In React, we usually use the fetch data from the after the component loads. Why? Because when the page load, then we want to request data, and for that we use the useEffect. So don't worry, I will show you practically in a moment. Now, what is fetch API? Fetch API is a built-in JavaScript function, a method. It is used to make HTTP request. It returns something called a promise, and promise means something that will give result in the future. So examples are like use the fetch and give the URL. So this line send request to the server, but we must wait for the response, and that is why, because server takes time, maybe 10 second, 20 second, or 30 second to load it, means retrieve the data from database. So for that we use async await, and async await make asynchronous code look simple. Without the async await, code becomes messy, and with async await, code looks clean, easy to read, easy to handle error using the try catch block. Like in generally we use in the fetch dot catch dot finally. These four means these dot catch dot finally. These three are the main way to fetch the data. But using the async wait, we have to just write a normal block of code in our component, and it's looks clean and easy to read and easy to handle error using a try catch also. So let's see in the practical way. So this is a normal React app, and inside this, let's start. It is running or not? Yes, it is running. And inside this, let's add some states. Three states are essential. That for the data, set data equal to use state a blank array, and const loading set loading equal to use state true, and also const error set error equal to use state true. Oh, sorry, null, because initially it is null. So these are the three states to every while fetching the data it's required. So data to store the API data, loading to show the loading message, error to show the error message. So very important in the real apps. So now let's add a use effect. This take a callback function and a dependency array. I'm giving here blank dependency. Now let's add const fetch data equal to async function, and inside this I'm writing a try catch. In try catch write const response equal to, we have to await fetch the API. Now let me URL is this is a fake URL, means fake API. You can get the post data, comment data, album, photos, to-dos, and user. I'm taking the user and just copy this URL. This give us the array of object of user data. Just paste here, and after that, if response dot okay is not okay, then throw new note error that says network response error. Response was not okay, and else we have to make result equal to await response dot JSON, and then set the data here, this result, this JSON data, oh sorry, this array. So also in the catch block, if any error comes in the above code, then just set the error dot message, and in the finally we have to stop the loading, set loading false, and in the use effect, first we have to call this function for that fetch data. Fetch data function. So first we use the use effect, and here because we want to fetch data when component loads. So empty dependency array means run only one time. Then we create a async function. This is the async function. The highlight this selected part, and then we created async function fetch data here. Inside that we use the try catch block. This is the try catch block, try catch and finally, and then await the fetch means send the request to this API. Fetch is used for the getting the connection with the backend URL, and we are using the JSON placeholder fake API here. Then if the response is not okay, throw the error that says network error or something anything. Then if the response is okay, then response.json convert the data into the JavaScript object, and then set the result here, set data result, and store the data here. If something goes wrong inside this from line number 11 to 18, then a catch block runs, and it shows the message error.message, and finally block runs every time, whether the try catch runs perfectly or else block run, and it's make this set loading false. So loading stop whether the success or error, very important for this. Now for loading we have to write here, if loading is true, then says h2 loading. So let's see here. Okay, I'm not showing any data here, so that's why this is not working right now. If data is still loading, then show the loading. If so user does not see the blank screen here, and also we can show the message here by if error. Okay, I am not returning here, I think. Yes, I have to return here also. Return this, because every time we have to return this. Return, and here we have to show the error message heading to, and here error Now let's see. I reload the app. It says loading. If you see, just for a millisecond, it says loading. And after that, if any error happens, show the error message. And now after that, we can display the data here inside this. Just make it UL. You can see the data. We have the username inside this data, inside this object, and a ID, a unique ID. Now for that, just make it data.map. Let's take the user and a list item that shows the user dot name and also a key for the user dot ID. So yes, this works, I think. Yes, so it shows the name here, the username. So we are looping through the data array because our data is an array form, and we are looping through, and for each user we show the username and always use the key here while rendering the array. Now you will see the first when I refresh the page, you will see loading. When it's take it and then it show this data. Refresh the page, it show loading. So if any error comes, it show the error message. Now handling the loading state, always show loading message. It improves the user experience whether you are submitting the data or retrieving the data from the server, and never leave the blank screen. And handling the error state, API can fail anytime, maybe internet can disconnect, so server can crash. So always handle error using the try catch and never ignore the errors. Always handle, give it to first priority. Now a logic flow for this is first the component loads, means I refresh it, the app component comes here, then loading true as always, because I already set it to true initial value, and then it start the fetch data. This useEffect runs when this component loads. If success, then set the data here. If any error comes, then set the error, and loading false, set loading to false and show the UI in last. Now some best practices: handle the loading, always handle the error, use the async await, keep the fetch logic clean. Always do not write messy code, and clean code is a professional developer. Now real world use cases, where is this used? Everywhere. E-commerce website for the products, social media for the post, dashboard for the analytics, weather app for the weather data. Almost every React app uses this API. Without API calls, apps are useless. So today we learn what fetching data means, fetch API, async await, useEffect, loading and error handling, and real world logic. Now you can build the real dynamic application. So this was fetching data in React. Very important topic. This is, if you understand this clearly, you are now one step closer to becoming a real React developer. Practice this code, try fetching, post, comment, product, and experiment with it. And PPT are available in the description. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to JDCodebase. I'll see you in the next video.